Welcome to Creative Dev training video. We've just put up some information on the website for the associates, and obviously when you look at it you're going to see that it's not fancy. I don't have any graphics up. Everything is super simple right now. Content is still being added, but everything you need to get started is here. If you'll look at the bottom, that's going to stay static. The nav bar is going to stay right there no matter where you go on the site, so this is always what you're going to see. You're going to have access to your scripts, to the schools that are currently open, that means we're working them, to your email templates, and that will be added too, we'll go over that in a minute, and your school leads. And I want to start with scripts because that's the first thing you're going to need to learn. When you click scripts, you're going to see a sponsor script, a school script, and some script notes. Start with, you're most likely going to start working on an existing school, so we're going to start with the sponsor script. You're going to see it right there. All the text is, as you see, it's very small. You're going to notice that there's a note up here about things that are bolded or in color, and that those are mandatory. They need to be said as they are written. And script 1, there's an audio file there. That's of me reading the script and going over it and explaining some things, and you need to read the script and listen to that audio before you do anything else. After that, if you go back to scripts, you'll see the same for school. It's the school script, and again, there's an audio. I want you to listen to it and read the script. Say it out loud. Make sure that it flows for you, because you're going to have to pitch me before you get on the phone with any of our sponsors or schools. Once you're ready to get on the phone and maybe you're starting to open your own schools, or I'm sorry, you're ready to get on the phone and you're ready to work on something that's currently open, you're going to go to Open Schools. And you're going to see right now we have 4, and 3 of them have links. Majestic Knox, it tells you where it is, the city and state, whether or not we have art from them, and some things that really are not going to be overly important to you, except this: the proof is approved. That if the proof is approved, that means you can send it to sponsors. Maybe you're talking to a company, they go, well, I'd like to do it. I'd like to do that half page, but I need to know what it's going to look like, what the folder is going to look like. As long as it says that the proof is approved, then you can go ahead and send one to them. The number of folders, you need to know this just in case they ask, and who's working it. Right now we've got Miss Johnson and myself, and this one is unassigned, and Mr. Davis. So let's just say you get assigned Lindemann with me. You're going to open it up. At the top it has a link to the leads, but the first thing you're going to want to do is familiarize yourself with the folder itself. This graphic will tell you what's been sold and where. It will tell you what's going to be on the folder. It's got the sizes and prices for each individual school, what the borders are, the anti-bullying campaign in this case, their mission statement, and motto. Lindemann means learning. And that kind of information. Again, that way when you speak, it's not just so you can send it, it's so that when you speak to sponsors, you can draw them a word picture. Your goal really is to send as few emails as possible. It slows down the process. You're always going to go for the first call close. Okay, so you're familiar with your folder, and don't download it because these are going to change, and you may not have the most current version. Just click on the link, look at it, and see what's updated. All right, so it's time to call. You click on the leads. You'll see something similar to this, maybe not as busy, but the name of the company, the phone number, first and last name, and that's usually going to be laid out like that because that's how our database is set up, and your notes. This one for some reason doesn't have it. I'm going to add it right now because you always need to put the date that you call so you remember. Status, maybe they say no or sold. Those are going to be your most common ones. If they say no, you need to mark that so you don't call it on accident. Once you've spoken to them, you're going to want to put your name here so no one else calls it. There's a place for their email address, of course, which is very important. And if you sell it, you're going to want to get their physical address. That's just, that way we can put that in our records. Okay, go back to Open Schools. I'll show you a different layout. Now see, if you'll notice, the layouts are slightly different and the prices are as well. So always make sure you're looking at the one for your school. Okay, click on Majestic Knox Sponsor Leads. Oh, another point while you're in here, when you're working your school, if you want to you can make minor changes, like maybe you can't see it very well. If you want to make that real big, that's fine. Personally, I try to keep things relatively small, so I have lots and lots of room for notes. The most common notes you're going to do would be, you got voicemail, no message, voicemail, no message, okay? Or voicemail, left message, okay? Or call back on Tuesday. And you're going to want to put what Tuesday's date is and what today's date is. Okay. And don't worry about address again. Unless you've sold it, you're going to want to make sure you have the proper address. Okay. Now, maybe you spoke with someone here at Community Trust Bank and you need to email them. Go down to the bottom and click Email Templates. I'll make this a little bit bigger so you can... Alright. You can copy this and paste it into an email, but make sure you read it carefully. You want to make sure that it reflects your conversation and your school. In other words, here you're going to make sure you want to supplying 500 free folders. You're going to want to say that students take them home every day / every week. You can change that if you know that it's every day because you spoke with the principal. Just change it to every day. As I mentioned on the phone, because you really shouldn't be sending an email unless they are talking about a specific size. But as I mentioned on the phone, the third of a page is only $5.99. Make those changes. Put your name, and you're good to go. The last link is school leads. It's time for you to set your own school. Right now, we have leads for Alabama, Kentucky, California, Georgia, Ohio, and Texas. That needs to be bolded so you can see it. And what you'll do is you'll go in, and let's click Ohio. Maybe you like calling that part of the country. You open it up. It's a big, big file, so it may take just a second. The name of the school is there, the phone number. You're going to have to ask for who the principal is, or Google it. That's up to you. Leave notes. When you're talking to them and doing the pitch, make sure that this enrollment number is right. And what you're going to say, and you'll see it in the pitch, is how many will you need? We probably don't need 2 of those, though. Tells you the city, the state, the county. Tells you the low and high grades. And if you scroll over, these are things you won't need to see every second that you're calling. So, all right, when you can get their web address. If you look up the principal's name, go ahead and copy the URL into this because you're going to need it later. If they say yes, I'm probably going to be going to their website to get the graphics to put the folder together. There's another space for notes. In a place you can put call back on a date or yes, or you can use those fields pretty much how you want to. So you're gonna go back to your main and hit home. It's really not complicated at all. I've kept it as simple as I know how to keep it. The main things you're going to be doing is you're going to maybe keep one page open for your sponsor script, and then maybe you're going to right click open link in new tab so that your sponsor script stays open. You're going to come over here and open your leads and maybe keep those 2 tabs open, your leads and your script. So you ask for Ryan or Mr. Strithold, and then you click back over real quick. Sorry about that, to your script so you can pitch him. Click back so you can make your notes. It's not, 2 tabs, easy as pie. And that's going to be the majority of your day. Once you get in there and open the documents, you're going to be using your leads and your script. It may be a school script and your school leads, or it may be your sponsor script and your sponsor leads. But those are make sure it's in two different tabs so you can very easily just click back and forth and not get lost. Okay, that should do it for this video. More coming up. We're going to talk about objections and rebuttals.